If you put that all together, what you have is a disaster for the economy.
Hey,
and so this is a recipe that's going exactly the wrong direction. And what you're seeing in the polls is that the American people are figuring it out.
Mr. Holtz-Eakin,
they can't afford Barack Obama.
Let me ask you something. Sarah Palin just said on the campaign trail that she would be able to balance, with McCain, balance the budget by the end of their first term. You said on Neil Cavuto's show that that's not true. Is she lying to the American people when she says that?
She is expressing exactly the right goal. We should balance this budget.
No,
it's
she
going to be
promised
awfully
she would
hard.
balance it.
And as the American people deserve a promise. Barack Obama's not promising to balance the budget. He's promised to go exactly the wrong direction. He's doubling up on the Bush overspending, and that is a disaster.
But she promised she would balance the budget by the end of the first term. Are you saying that's a promise you can make?
I believe that is something they can do if they get the cooperation that the American people deserve from what is likely to be a Democratic Congress. If the Democratic Congress does the wrong thing, as historically they have, it will be much harder.
Well, you're already blaming the Congress. You said to Neil Cavuto, when Cavuto said you're not going to be able to do it, and you said I couldn't agree with you more, Sarah Palin said, I promise we are going to balance the budget.
So let's get the record clear, since those are my words. I said it's going to be very difficult if we don't get the kind of cooperation out of the Congress we need. Same point I'm making to you. Republicans didn't do it. I'm not saying that this is uniformly a Democratic problem, but we have not seen a Congress of the United States for over 8 years that has been interested in using the taxpayers' money wisely.
How are you?
We need to get back to doing that.
You're telling me that if you're promising that if you have the cooperation of Congress, you will balance the budget by the end of a 4-year term. How would you do that?
Well, the recipe is very simple. Number one, you have to restore the trust of the American people that their money is being used wisely. That's the earmark battle. The earmark battle is not about the dollars. It's about the fact that Americans believe deeply that all that goes on in Congress is that congressmen hand out earmarks and they take care of their friends and the American public gets left behind. So you got to clean up the process so people have some trust. Number two, you need a short-term freeze so you can scrub every program. 1 in 5 programs is rated by this U.S. government as not meeting its objectives. Why do we have them? Let's get serious about taking stuff off that's duplicative, wasteful, and not working.
But the things that you're talking about are not going to balance things in 4 years.
And number 3, you have to do reforms of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Medicare and Medicaid are growing at 6%, 7%, and 8% per year. This economy is shrinking. You've got one going up, the other going down. You cannot make that last. So you have to get serious about health care reform, and you have to get serious about entitlement reform. And then you'll not only get the budget to balance, but you'll keep it balanced, and that's what we owe our children.
And we got to remember,
been serious
4 years,
about that
that's a promise. You can do it in 4 years.
We need to do that and do it fast.
In 4 years.
Let's do it in 3 with the right effort.
All right. Thank you very much for being with us, sir. Still to come, why can't the